Oh, thank you.
If you don't want to follow, tie her up and put her on the back.
You live in Beaver,
Yeah.
There's my home.
Yeah.
They're the same thing.
I mean, I got businesses in Fort Mojave, Bullitt, Mojave Valley, so I'm all open down there. But I live in Bullitt.
They're all the same kind.
I consider.
Distinct difference
No,
between driving.
I mean, there's a sign this big that says entering Bullitt city limits, so, you know, it's like, I consider them.
So we have one for number 5 and one for number 8. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. It's all county. Right, yeah, that's Fort Mojave. Little Valley, those are all county. Parts of the county. It's cooler up there. It is. We're only oh, that's not bad at all. 123. I looked out. What's the temperature?
Oh, that's a long minute. I call the July 13th, 2022 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting to order. Please stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. We'll have the roll call.
Vice Chair Jacks.
Here.
Commissioner Barlow.
Here.
Commissioner Kelly. Commissioner Hassett.
Here. Here.
Commissioner Meal. Commissioner Martin.
Here.
Commissioner Abbott.
Here again.
Commissioner Alexander.
Here.
Commissioner Morris. Chairperson Gillette.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We'll have the automated message, please.
Anyone who has not signed in, please do so at the table located in the lobby. Should anyone wish to speak, please complete a request to speak form, which is also located on the lobby table next to the sign-in sheet. A request to speak form must be completed for each item you would like to speak on. Please note, there are stairs on the right, left, and center aisles, and we ask that you use caution when using the stairs. There is also a ramp located to the audience's left. If anyone has written comments, exhibits, petitions, photos, or letters they intend to present at today's meeting, have 17 copies and give them to a staff member at the back of the auditorium. Staff member, please hold up your hand for the audience. If you do not have 17 copies, you may use the overhead camera to present your documents. Please place your documents on the podium and line it up with the arrows indicated. If you want your documentation to go on record, you must hand them to the clerk after your presentation with the agenda item number clearly marked on the documentation. Members of the public cannot speak to staff members that are seated at the tables with microphones during the meeting. If you have questions, please see the staff member located in the back of the auditorium. All speakers will be limited to 2 minutes to make their presentation statements. Everyone, please turn off all cell phones or place them on vibrate during the meeting. If you must take a call, please leave the meeting area and go outside to have your conversation. We also ask the audience to refrain from talking with one another during the presentations and discussions. Today, the Planning and Zoning Commission will hear public testimony and then forward a recommendation to the Board of Supervisors. Everyone attending the meeting is asked to remember that the administrative building and campus are tobacco-free areas, which means no smoking is allowed from curb to curb. No food or drinks are allowed in the auditorium except for bottled water. If there are any items remaining on the agenda, the commission will break for lunch for 1 hour per the chairman's discretion.
Are there any questions on the minutes from the June 8th meeting? Hearing none, I will take a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. I'll second the motion.
Second? Okay. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
So moved. Item number 1, yes, ma'am?
Thank you. We have May 11, 2022 minutes on the agenda as well.
Those minutes have been removed. Jeff needs to look at them.
Are we going to approve it today too?
No, not today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number 1, Matthew?
Item number 1 is an evaluation of a request for a special use permit for assessor's parcel numbers 402-64012, 014, 016, 020, 021, 024, 031, and 039 to allow for an RV park and an RE10A residential recreation 10-acre minimum lot size zone, RE1A residential recreation 1-acre minimum lot size zone, and an AR agricultural residential zone in the Beaver Dam vicinity. Staff has received 4 letters of opposition, 10 letters of support, and 1 letter of concern for this item. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions. We've also added an additional condition, which is condition number 3, that the right-of-way for Rio Virgin Road to the north boundary of the site shall be procured and dedicated to the public and shall be paved to Mojave County adopted standards.
I'll open the public meeting. Anyone wishing to speak on this item? Hearing no one, I will close the public meeting. Any of the commissioners wish to speak on this?
Yes, I have a question.
This question's for staff. What would be required for fire protection for this? Is that something the county requires, or the Beaver Dam Littlefield Fire District? What would it be?
Chairman Gillette, Commissioner Barlow, at both the site plan and the permitting stage, those reviews get sent to the fire department for their review so they can address any concerns that the fire department might have or any requirements that they would have for the site.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions from the commissioners? Now I'll call for a motion.
I make a motion, we approve this. Item 1.
Second?
Second.
We have a motion by Commissioner Barlow, a second by Jax, and I'm assuming that standard commission.
Yeah.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Item number 2, Matthew Gunnison.
Item number 2 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessor's parcel number 402-24135 from an R1 25M single-family residential 25,000 square foot minimum lot size zone to an RE residential recreation zone to allow for an RV to be used as a primary residence in the Littlefield vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
I'll open the public hearing on this. Anyone wishing to speak? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. Any commissioners have any questions on this item? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
I'll move to approve item 2 with staff recommendations.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
So that's 1 nay. Item number 3. Matthew Gunderson.
Item number 3 is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the South Mojave Valley Area Plan from an agricultural residential land use designation to a commercial manufacturing land use designation, and a rezone from an AR agricultural residential zone to a CMO commercial manufacturing and open lot storage zone for assessor's parcel number 229-22001E to allow for an outdoor storage facility in the Fort Mojave vicinity. Staff has received 1 letter of opposition for this item. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
I'll open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the podium. Give your name and your address.
Yes, Madam Chair and members of the Commission, Lynn Robison, representing the applicant. My address is 1355 Raymar Road, Suite 7 in Bullhead City. We've reviewed the staff's comments and recommendations, and we agree with those. We'll develop in accordance with those. I'm here to answer any questions the Commission may have.
Anyone have any questions? Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak on this subject? Hearing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. Does any commissioner have any questions? I'll now call for a motion.
Make a motion to approve item 3. Is it with standard conditions?
Yes.
Second motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Hassett, second by Commissioner Martin. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? So moved. Item number 4.
Item number 4 is an evaluation of a request for an approval of a preliminary plat for the Fort Mojave Air Park, Tract 4238, being a proposed subdivision of assessor's parcel numbers 227-02-122-123 and 227-07-110E in the Fort Mojave vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
I'm going to open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this item?
Madam Chair, I'm going to have to recuse myself on this. I will
Okay.
vacate the premise.
Okay. Please note that Commissioner Morse has recused himself. Is the applicant here and wishes to speak?
James Lambert, 5096 South Antelope Drive, Fort Mojave. I'm the owner of the airport and one of the applicants. If you have any questions, be happy to answer them.
Any questions from the commissioners? Thank you, sir. Are there any others wishing to speak on this item? Hearing none, I'm going to close the public hearing. Are you wishing to speak, ma'am? Come to the podium. Please give us your name and your address.
I'm Marilyn Harback, 5272 Taxiway in Fort Mojave. I live in that adjoining subdivision, or the existing one, and he's building around it. I have not seen any maps or anything, so maybe you could help me.
Could you please pull down the microphone so you can speak into it?
Okay, I'm
Thank you.
sorry. I was wondering on the ingress and egresses, if you could help me on how that will be proposed for that subdivision around us.
Our staff always investigates to make sure that there is ingress and egress to all parcels. Mr. Gunderson, you want to?
Yeah, so ingress and egress would come, I'm trying to pull up a map here. The access would come off of, I believe it's Joy Lane, and then through Antelope Antelope Drive, similar to where the existing subdivision is in that area. And then there will be also 2 other entrances that are west of Antelope Drive that would provide access. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know the best way to point to them. So you can see the existing subdivision, which are the red lines on the map on the screen, as a private entrance. So if you follow where there's the split in the 2 parcels there, that's the current access off of Joy Lane. And then west of where the runway is, they will add 2 additional entrances. One would be Bison Avenue, and the other one looks like it would be Red Baron Way. Those would probably likely be the main entrances to the subdivision, but it will connect through Antelope Drive as well.
So there's a county road going from Joy Lane to, on Antelope to our existing one. Will that county road remain?
Yes, that road will remain.
Okay. And then, I guess that'd still be our only ingress, because we've lost one ingress and egress quite a few years ago, but we've still got the right to come in and out of there from Joy Lane to our subdivision.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now I'll close the public hearing. Any commissioners have any further questions? Hearing none, I'll call for a motion.
Make a motion to approve item 4 per staff recommendations.
Second the motion.
I have a motion by Commissioner Jacks, seconded by Commissioner Martin. No, that's Commissioner Abbott, sorry. All of those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any opposed? So moved. Item number 5.
Item number 5 is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the Mojave County General Plan from a rural development area land use designation to a general commercial land use designation, and a rezone from an AR 10A agricultural residential 10-acre minimum lot size zone to a C2H highway commercial zone for assessor parcel numbers 33922005006 and a portion of 004 to allow for a travel center in the Golden Valley vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
I'm going to open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this? And I do have one person who has signed up, Donna Krause.
Good morning. I'm Donna Krause. I am the Executive Assistant for Peter Profit, President of Mojave Engineering. We would like to address a past issue that still lingers and holds cloud over the title of this property for transfer. The former developer and owner of the property still owes Mojave Engineering roughly $80,000 from 2008. This judgment is still a cloud on the title of this property. We are willing to negotiate with the current developer, but we have not had any correspondence from them since the first part of June. We are just requesting that you postpone this decision until the issues with the title of the property can be resolved and can be transferred clearly. Until that time, we cannot support any changes to this property.
Thank you.
I have a question. Did
Any
I
questions
understand
from
you
the
right?
commissioners?
You represent Mojave Engineering?
Correct, Peter Profit.
Thank you.
So do you have a cloud on the title?
I'm sorry, Luana.
Do you have a cloud on the title?
Yes. We filed a lien against the former developer. It did go to judgment, and that judgment's still there.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions for the owner? Thank you, ma'am. Matthew, did this come up in your search?
Chairman Gillette, we do require proof of ownership for the property, depending on the type of ownership, proof of ownership that they provide. We sometimes require a title report, we sometimes don't. I am looking through, so they provided a warranty deed for the property, which does not require a title report. So we do have the warranty deeds for the property, showing that they have ownership of the property.
Can we hear from the applicant?
Good morning, Honorable Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Kathy Tackett-Hicks. I was not aware, I am aware that there were different engineers working on it. I am aware the previous developer left, whatever. I had spoken with Donna about getting information before. I was not aware there was still a lien on there from Mojave. Not really worried about it. It is something that has to be addressed. You said you spoke with the owner. Who did you speak with?
The last email I have was back to you, June 7th.
So you had information, but not a lien?
Yes.
Okay, so I was not aware of the lien.
So do you wish?
So anyways, I'm aware that they're working with one other cloud on the title on that. I was not aware of this one. Again, I'm not worried about it. If it needs to be addressed, it's something we should. I'll let the owners know. I don't know what to say. I have no problem with waiting on this. I don't think it's necessary. There's clouds on titles. I did reach out to Mojave in terms of getting additional data on the site, so I believed that I was already working with them. So however you want to handle it, it's a reasonable request. I'm not sure which land in particular. This has a couple of different parcels the lien is placed on. We've already processed and received C2H approval just to the east of this. So, is it on the whole thing, Donna? Okay, well, Donna and I will talk, whatever. I am not sure what lien property. There's 3 or 4 pieces there.
Has the property changed ownership?
Yeah, it was purchased a year or 2 ago.
And the lien was on the previous owner?
Yes.
It's on the title.
So this is a title. I don't see what this has to do with us.
Right, I don't either, but.
So I think from a building standpoint or P&Z standpoint, this sounds like a title on a business matter, not our thing.
Oh, my only concern was when this goes before the supervisors, this should be cleared up so that they don't have to spend a lot of time on it.
But again, I don't think it's their problem. It's title who, if the ownership changed and the lien was placed on the previous owner on that piece of property, and that hasn't.
Normally what happens in those cases is that the purchaser, when they see the lien, it has to be paid off before the title can be transferred.
They do if it's tied to the land. So right now I'm just thinking without having it, it was probably against the owner. I'm guessing, if it didn't come up on the land. But regardless, it's an issue that I'm going to bring back to the owners and, and investigate it further. I'm not running from the issue. I do not believe it's an issue for P&Z right now. But, I mean, whatever. I
have a question, Kathy.
Yeah.
Would you like, or what would you think about postponing it, and again, much time would you need to try to clear this up if we decide to go that way?
Well, I'll do whatever. I don't think it's an issue. If that lien is placed against the previous owner, there's no obligation for the new owners to do anything with it, okay? But I have already reached out to Mojave because I wanted some data with them, and when they proceed, the new owners are going to want that data. Okay, the stuff that Mojave worked on, surveys and stuff like that, and they're going to end up paying for it. But I'm just not familiar with what the lien is. If it's not on the land, it would not come up. If it's with the owner, that guy, I guess, was a scoundrel. I don't know what to say,
Okay, are there any other questions?
Question.
Mr. Jacks?
Yes.
For the staff, given the information that we've received this morning, does the staff still recommend approval?
Chairman Gillette, Commissioner Jacks, yes, staff still recommends approval of the change of zoning of the property.
Thank you, Ms. Hicks.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I'm going to, any other person want to speak on this subject? Hearing none, I'm going to close the public hearing, and I'm going to ask for a motion.
Motion to approve per staff recommendation.
I'll second that.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alexander, a second by Commissioner Hassett. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Item number 6.
Item number 6 is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the Mojave County General Plan and an amendment to the Dolan Springs Area Plan from a light industrial land use designation to a general commercial land use designation and a rezone from an AR 5A agricultural residential 5-acre minimum lot size zone to a C2H highway commercial zone for assessor's parcel number 317-09127F to allow for a storage facility in the Dolan Springs vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
I will open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on this item? Is the applicant present and want to speak?
I'm happy to answer questions.
Are there any questions from the commissioners? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. Chair will call for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve for staff recommendation.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Abbott, seconded by Commissioner Jacks. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Item number 7. Mr. Gunderson.
Item number 7 is an evaluation of a request for an amendment to the Mojave County General Plan and an amendment to the Yucca Area Plan from a light industrial land use designation to a general commercial land use designation and a rezone from an SDC2 Special Development General Commercial Zone to a C2H Highway Commercial Zone for assessors parcel numbers 208, 06, 014, 033, 034, 035, and 036 to allow for an RV park and an indoor RV storage facility in the Yucca vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
I will open the public hearing. Is the applicant here and do you wish to speak?
Dwight Beckstrom for the owners, 2036 McCullough Boulevard North in Lake Havasu City. I don't have anything to add, just if you have any questions for us.
Do the commissioners have any questions for this applicant? Thank you, sir. Anyone else wishing to speak on this subject? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing. The chair will now call for a motion.
Make a motion for approval of item 7 per staff recommendations.
I'll second that.
Okay. Second by Commissioner Morse. I have a motion by Commissioner Jacks and a second by Commissioner Morse. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. Item number 8, Matthew Gunderson.
Item number 8 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone for assessor's parcel number 354-38010F from an AR-10A agricultural residential 10-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR-7A agricultural residential 7-acre minimum lot size zone to allow for a minor land division in the Blake Ranch Road vicinity. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
Thank you. I open the public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak? Is the applicant present and do you wish to speak? Come to the podium and give us your name and your address.
I'm Donna Krause with Mojave Engineering, and we are representing the property owners. The staff has done a wonderful job in presenting the packet to you. The only additional comment I have is the commission needs to, we understand that these are siblings who inherited this property together, and it's their intent at this time to divide the property into their individual assets.
Thank you. So we are talking how many parcels here? Minimum lot size. Oh, okay, got it. Are there anyone, thank you, ma'am. Are there anyone else wishing to speak on this item? Do the commissioners have any questions? I'll close the public hearing. The chair will now call for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve item 8 with the staff recommendations.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Alexander, seconded by Commissioner Martin. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Item number 9, Matthew Gunderson.
Item number 9 is an evaluation of a request for a rezone of assessors parcel numbers 204, 17, 026, and 027 from an AR 13A agricultural residential 13-acre minimum lot size zone to an AR 5A agricultural residential 5-acre minimum lot size zone to allow for a minor land division in the Cedar Hills vicinity. The applicant seeks to create 5 parcels with this rezone. Staff recommends approval with standard conditions.
I'll open the public hearing. Is the applicant present and wish to speak? Are there any questions for the applicant?
Good morning again, Honorable Chairman, Commissioners. My name is Kathy Tackett Hicks. I'm processing the rezone for this owner. This is an area before that I processed a couple rezones in this area. And at first, a lot of those owners were really wanting to keep it 36 acre, but now I've had several people wanting to break it down into 5. And they do have some existing water out there. The water just goes to the 36 acre parcel, so some of those parcels are connected with a water agreement. But the reason that they're starting to break it down, I believe, is one, the CC&Rs, I did check those out because I didn't want to present something that would be confrontational later on, but the CC&Rs clearly say that they can go down to 5-acre parcels. So with that knowledge, and they had some water up there and some roads, I feel like this is reasonable for some of those owners to go ahead and break it down. So I just wanted to provide that data to you.
Thank you. We
You're welcome.
appreciate it. Anyone wanting to ask questions? I'm going to close the public hearing. Do any of the commissioners have any comments or questions? I'll call for a motion.
Make a motion to approve item 9 per staff recommendations.
Second.
Second. Wasn't sure if you wanted that one.
I have a motion by Commissioner Jack, seconded by Commissioner Hassett. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Item number 10 is our monthly reports, and they were sent via email yesterday. So any questions or things you would like to say about that? Hearing none, ask for commissioners' comments. Any commissioners' comments? And now, item number 12 is the call to the public. Is anyone here wishing to speak on the call to the public? Hearing none, is there any further business to come before this board? Hearing none, we are adjourned. Thank you.
All right.
It takes me like 2 or 3. Takes me like 2 or 3